Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with a Netgalley anticipated reads video. A new from Netgalley video? Yeah, new from Netgalley, that's what I'm calling it. So these are for books coming out in December of 2021, so I'm going into next month. So this is, like I said, it's kind of an anticipated reads video, but these are all books that I have been sent by the publisher from Netgalley, or from the publisher through Netgalley, to read and review for you guys, but I wanted to kind of highlight some of them that are coming out in December. So in case you guys are looking for something to read, maybe put these on your want to read list, or, keep an eye out for them if you haven't heard about them. So I've got 10 books here that I picked for this list. So let's jump into them and get started. So the very first one, I'm going to go in order of release date for these. So the first one comes out on December the 1st, and it's called Forgiving Paris by Karen Kingsbury. And this is a Christian fiction novel. That's what Karen Kingsbury is known for. And I have to admit, guys, this was a complete cover click. So like when I saw this cover on Netgalley, I went, click, must read. It looked really good. But essentially what this one is about, it's about a woman by the name of Ashley. And her and her husband are about to take an anniversary trip to Paris because her paintings are going to be shown in a French gallery. And then she ends up getting this call from her niece, from a woman that she knows who works at a bakery in Paris who remembers Ashley. Ashley's our main character who her name is Alice. So I'm just going to read just this one little part of the back of the book here. It says, when Alice and Ashley meet, a flood of memories comes for both women, taking Ashley back to a reckless affair and an unexpected pregnancy, and Alice to the night she nearly ended it all. Can this reunion bring healing and closure? Maybe it's finally time for Ashley to forgive herself and Paris. So it just sounds really, really good. A story of forgiveness. It sounds like it might go back and forth in time. I'm not absolutely certain. But yeah, it just sounds really good, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So the next book I want to share with you comes out on December the 7th, and it's called Cold Brew Corpse by Tara Lush. This is book number 2 in a Coffee Lovers Mystery series. This is a cozy mystery. I read the first one either late in 2020 or early 2021, and I really liked it. So this is a cozy mystery series set in this small town in Florida called Devil's Beach. And our main character is a former journalist, and she now runs this coffee shop called Purgatory, which, I mean, come on. So she's busy running this coffee shop, and then there is a yoga studio right next door, and most of the clientele coming into Purgatory come in from this hot yoga studio. Like hot as in when you're doing yoga, they've got the temperature turned up in the room. And the yoga studio, again, these names are brilliant, is called Dante's Inferno. So anyway, the guy who runs the yogi, the teacher, ends up dead. And then our main character, what is her name? Lana, is asked by the local paper to write the story on the murder, but of course she's sleuthing as well. So yeah, this one sounds really cute. This is definitely a really fun cozy mystery series. If you cozy mystery fans out there have not checked this one out, I recommend that you do. Like I said, I read the first one and it was really cute, and I am really, really looking forward to reading this one. The next book I want to share with you guys comes out on December the 7th, and this is by a favorite author of mine. So I started reading her work when she wrote Cowboy Contemporaries, because I've always had a love of Cowboy Contemporaries. And now she's writing a lot more women's fiction, which I am totally here for. And this one sounds so good. So it's called The Sunshine Club, and it's by Carolyn Brown. So this is about 3 women named Gussie, Ida Mae, and Blanche, and they've been best friends for more than 60 years. They met as girls. They've been together for a long time. And then Blanche passes away. So what does it say here? When Blanche passes away, Gussie and Ida Mae feel the best way to honor their dearly departed is with a shot of whiskey, some good music, and making a match for Blanche's niece, Sissy. I don't know what it is in books about older women or older men playing Cupid or playing matchmaker. It charms me to no end. So it says, the Sunshine Club is back in business. Don't underestimate 2 feisty women who have their hearts set on a happy ending. Does that not sound delightful? I love her books. Guys, if you have not checked her out, her women's fiction is just delightful. You need to check these books out. They're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The next book I have to share with you also comes out on December the 7th, and that is The Witching Tree by Alice Blanchard. This is a thriller, so I don't want to share too much about this one. I didn't even really read the entire back of the book because I find sometimes that gives away a lot. So I just copied down just this little part here that I just want to read to you guys. So it says, "Welcome to Burning Lake, a small, isolated town with a dark history of witches and false accusations. Now, a modern-day witch has been murdered, and Detective Natalie Lockhart is reluctantly drawn deep into the case. In this atmospheric mystery from Alice Blanchard, The Witching Tree." Sounds really, really good. This would have been perfect for the month of October, to be completely honest. But it's one that I will definitely check out. And yeah, I have never read this author before, but this one sounds like it's going to be really good. This next book comes out on December the 9th, and I have to be honest, this was another cover click. Like, as soon as I saw the cover of this book, I was like, oh, I want to read this one. Plus, the title is just absolutely charming. So this is The Arctic Curry Club by Danny Red. This is a contemporary romance. It's listed as a contemporary romance, but it might be more chick lit women's fiction is what I'm thinking. So it's about a woman named Maya who accompanies her boyfriend Ryan to the Arctic. And as it says here, she realizes it's not all northern lights and husky sleigh rides. Instead, she's facing sub-zero temperatures, 24-hour darkness, crippling anxiety, and a distant boyfriend as a result. So it says to battle her loneliness, she opens up her mother's cookbook, and she begins cooking all these Indian dishes that she hasn't done since she was a young girl. Now, all of a sudden, all these people are coming from everywhere to sample her cooking, and she ends up getting a job as a chef there. And it just sounds utterly charming. It says, a tender and uplifting story about family, community, and finding where you truly belong. Guaranteed to warm your heart despite the icy setting. So this comes out on December 9th. I don't think I'm going to get to it in December because, unfortunately, December for me is, I try and do only holiday-themed books. But this is definitely on the list for me to read in January, and I am really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a perfect January read. The last group of books here all come out on December 28th. So there's a little bit of a ways to look forward to these ones, but they all sound really good. The next one is a thriller, and this is My Darling Husband by Kimberly Bell. Again, it comes out December 28th. And I read Kimberly Bell recently. I read Stranger in the Lake by her, and I liked it. I thought it was quite good. So when I saw another book from her up on Netgalley to read and review, I eagerly snatched up the chance to do so. And again, because this is a thriller, I don't want to say too much about this one. But it says, best-selling author of Dear Wife and The Marriage Lie, Kimberly Bell returns with her most heart-pounding thriller to date as a masked home invader reveals the cracks in a marriage. So what it sounds like is that this couple have like the perfect life, like they own a restaurant, they have money in the bank, nice house, and then a guy comes in and holds her, the wife, at gunpoint, and the husband is scrambling to come up with the ransom money, and the wife kind of starts to realize, maybe we're not as financially secure as I thought we were, and what other secrets is my husband hiding from me? And that's pretty much the gist of the story. So, sounds really good. Again, I've read Kimberly Bell before. I like her work, and I'm really looking forward to this one. The next book coming out also on December 28th is also a thriller, and one that I literally only read like these first few lines, and that's all I'm going to share with you guys as well. So this is The Sorority Murder by Allison Brennan. And it says, a popular sorority girl, an unsolved murder, a campus podcast with chilling repercussions. I read that and I'm like, one click. I really want to read this one. It sounds super, super good. Allison Brennan I have read before. She does some great mystery thrillers. I mean, this is listed as a thriller, but I would almost say it's more of a mystery aspect to it. They're really good. Highly recommend her work, and I am very much looking forward to this one. So I bet you've been saying to yourself, Sarah, where's the contemporary romance? Where's the romance? You haven't mentioned one romance book yet. There's been a couple of them that have a bit of romance in there, but not a true contemporary romance. Hold on to your hats, kids. I got you covered. First, coming out December 28th, Last Dance with a Cowboy by Sarah Richardson. This is the third book in the Silverado Lake series, and it sounds like this is the story of Gia and his name is August. So the two of them dated 15 years ago. She leaves town, and now she's back. And, of course, she broke his heart when she left. And he is working at this winery, and so is she. She's actually the general manager, and it's her parents' or her grandparents' winery. But her grandparents have really stepped back from the day-to-day business, it sounds like, and she's kind of the one running the show. So she's the only one who knows, sadly, how close to financial ruin they are, and she brings August in to kind of try and help revive the winery and get it back onto a more financially stable ground. But of course, she can't tell her grandparents that there's trouble with the winery financially. So when August returns, they kind of do a fake relationship and tell her grandparents that, like they kind of make it seem like it's a summer fling. So that's what her grandparents assume is going on. So we've got second chance romance and fake dating, and I'm here for it. I love Sarah Richardson's work. Her Cowboy books are fantastic, and I highly recommend that you check her work out, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And the next one is, of course, another Cowboy book. You know I love these. Coming out also December 28th is The True Cowboy of Sunset Ridge by Maisie Yates. This is book 14 in the Gold Valley series. Book 14, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to start at the beginning. No, you don't. You can absolutely read these out of order. They're just such fun books. Pick and choose which ones sound good to you. Fill in the gaps if you have a chance. I recommend the whole series, but you don't feel like you have to read the whole series. So this is the story of Mallory and a bull rider named Colt. And Mallory is new to town, and she locks eyes with Colt across the bar, across the saloon, it says, and they end up having a one-night stand. It's fine. That's fine. But then she realizes that he's her new landlord, because of course he is. Not only that, so of course the two of them now kind of have to dance around each other after this one night, because he's kind of got a lot on his plate. So he actually left the bull riding circuit when his best friend was killed. And then he ends up getting his best friend's little girl, like this baby is kind of left in his care. I don't know what happened to the friend's mother or the mother of this child. I have no idea. But he's entrusted now with this infant. And luckily, as these things go, Mallory is actually a midwife. So clearly they're going to work together. She's going to help him with this baby, and sparks will fly. It's Maisie Yates. It's a cowboy romance. I'm all for it. It sounds really, really good. And believe me, I cannot wait to read this one. And the last book I have to share with you guys is a historical romance. I love the cover. I love the title. I love the premise of this book. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have Girls Before Earls by Anna Bennett. This is the first book in the Rogues to Lovers series. So this is about a woman by the name of Hazel. And it says here that she relied on two things to get through her difficult childhood: a tough outer shell and a love of books. Girl after my own heart. So now at the age of 28, she's kind of considered to be a spinster, and she has decided to open, and she's finally realizing her dream of opening a kind of a boarding school, if you will, for girls. So she's hoping all these wealthy families are going to flock to this school and send their children there, and it's going to be wonderful, and she's excited. She just has to keep this flawless reputation. As the headmistress of this school, she can't, of course, be involved in any sort of scandal. So in comes Gabriel Beckett, Earl of Bladendon. He goes by the name Blade, because of course he does. And it says here, he has had a monstrous headache since the day his teenage niece became his ward. She's been expelled from 2 London boarding schools and is doing her damnedest to scare off his potential fiancé. So Blade wants to enroll this niece in Hazel's boarding school. And he offers to make a very generous donation to the school, and how can she possibly say no? So then he's like, but I want to come and see her like every week, which I guess is not the norm. So of course, as he comes to visit his niece, he also starts to spend time with Hazel, and romance ensues, and it just sounds delightful. Delightful. I cannot wait to read this one. It sounds so, so cute. So anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below, do any of these sound really good to you? Are there any that you're going to pick up? Did you enjoy this video? I know I've talked about doing videos where I show you guys some of the Netgalley books that I get. I do get a lot of them every month. This is just like a small amount of them, but I thought highlighting just a group of them every month would be really good. So yeah, so let me know your thoughts on that, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Until then, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.